to be loved from as many people as possible. But truth is, I'm not really a good person.
You know why?
Why?
Because you got that X Factor.
You're a fucking movie star.
Hello everyone, and it's time again for another review. This time we're reviewing Maxxxine, the third movie in the Ty West directed trilogy. Spoiler alert, if you don't want to know anything going into this movie, stop watching. I'm just saying. The first movie in the trilogy is set in the 70s, and it's called X, which featured a group of young, risque filmmakers going out to a farm to shoot a XXX movie. The owners of the farm turned out to be more than what meets the eye. Then we have Pearl, which is the second one in the trilogy, but actually technically takes place before X. And that one explores the past of the old weird lady in X who is obsessed with her younger days. Pearl gives us a real introspection of that younger life. I really like both films for different reasons. X is more of a stylistic slasher flick with some gnarly kills, and Pearl is more a character piece on a girl with an obsessive streak to be a star, which also has some gruesome kills as well. Pearl and Maxxxine are two peas in a pod with similar aspirations to get what they want. And I'm sort of ashamed that I kind of didn't know that Pearl was the old lady in X. That's a major thing to know because it's, most people probably would have caught up on that, and that's probably the whole premise of the whole trilogy, but sadly I didn't catch that till later. I caught it about a month earlier, actually, because I watched the re-release of X at the Alamo Drafthouse. I know, I'm going to get a lot of grief for that. Mia Goth played a different character in X, Maxxxine, the one in the very film we are reviewing today. And a side note, I'm pretty sure she plays the old lady in X as well. So I kind of put pieces together after the fact. I'm glad I watched the re-release. It kind of helped me on this movie. But if I'm wrong about Mia Goth playing the old lady, let me know in the comments. I purposely didn't look it up to see if I was right or wrong. I'm leaving it up to you people to tell me. Anyways, I did enjoy both these movies quite a bit. I reviewed both on this channel, so be sure to check those out. So Maxxxine, it follows the final girl in X, Maxxxine Minx, played by Mia Goth during the 80s. We see the girl that has a dream to be famous, the girl who wants nothing more than to debunk the naysayers, the girl who managed to escape her troubled past to get a chance at hitting Hollywood gold. She's extremely capable of taking care of herself, and you see that's relatively true earlier when she makes short work of a stalker who tries to trap her in a back alley. The movie makes sure to let you know there's no messing with Maxxxine Minx. And then she has a lawyer, played by the always fantastic Giancarlo Esposito, to take care of her messes. And there are lots of messes in this movie, as in there's some gruesome gore in there. One of them is a not so good mess in the form of the ending, which I'll get into in a minute. As far as the gore, I don't think it's on par with Pearl or X. It's relatively tame when compared to those two films. And Kevin Bacon, he's here as an adversary to Maxxxine. Not the actual Kevin Bacon, but his character. And he plays his character with extreme bravado and spunk. And Kevin does well in his role here. He wants to expose Maxxine's past and tries to ruin her plans for superstardom. Poor Kevin Bacon. He doesn't know what he has in store for him. You don't mess with Maxxxine Minx. This is a woman that took out the demented Pearl after she slaughtered everyone at the end of that film. I told you, spoiler alert, so I already told you. Don't get mad at me. I like the start of this movie, but it sort of fizzled out at the end for me. It's like all the toughness of Maxxxine could only take it so far. There's this subplot of the Night Stalker killings happening in the background. And they mimic the real life scare that actually happened back in the 80s when everyone was fearing Satanism and the Night Stalker killings that was prevalent at the time. So it's like art is imitating life here. You hear about it throughout the whole movie. It's like there's this buildup to some climactic scene between the Night Stalker and Maxxxine that got me pumped up for some grand finale. The thing is, there's only one really good Night Stalker murder that's gone into detail in that whole movie. I don't mean good, but it's gone into detail. And also, that grand finale, it didn't really feel grand to me. There's this rush momentum that happens at the end that really makes everything anticlimactic. It's like they were in a hurry to get everything wrapped up. I'm like sitting there, I'm like, we're done already? There's a whole different experience with the more bloated runtime that we see in movies nowadays. I wanted this to be longer, and I usually don't feel that way. There need to be more fleshing out of the Night Stalker subplot. The stakes just didn't seem that high. I won't really get into that anymore because, like I said, there would be some spoilery but I don't want to give it all away. Also, some people may see the surprise at the end coming from a mile away. It just depends on if you've been paying attention. I do like the style of the film and the 80s backdrop, all the glitz and glamour. It's done rather well here and with good detail. The music's great. That part isn't skimped on. The movie and also the trilogy as a whole probably has something to say about how religion can sometimes be wielded as a weapon of evil. That can be an interesting thing to think about after sitting back and thinking about all three movies in tandem. The previous movies are referenced throughout. X is referenced more than Pearl. In fact, I'm not sure if Pearl's referenced at all, but I guess technically it is because Pearl's connected by proxy to X since the sinister character both permeates Maxxine's thoughts throughout the movie. Maxxine taken as one movie is a slightly weaker proposition. The thing hurting the most, the movie kind of just fizzles out. I really wanted to like this movie more than I did. If I was watching this as a standalone movie without the backstory, I might score this movie considerably lower. As it is, I would say Pearl is slightly above X, and then Maxxine ranks last in the trilogy. Anyways, guys, I'm giving this a 7 out of 10 because I still think it's worth watching, especially if you have been wanting to see the final film in the X saga. It has style and some substance, but it unravels a lot at the end. Let me know what you think of it. How would you rank the three movies? Tell me in the comment section, and while you're at it, I would love it if you gave the video a like, and I would love it even more if you would subscribe to the channel if you want more of this content. Guys, see you next time when we venture into the void. Bye.